past 12 months will go down in history as one of the most challenging years in human history. By mid-March 2020, the village was fully impacted by the COVID-19 crisis. A team effort between village residents and VMS helped minimize COVID-19 cases in the village compared to the surrounding communities, but still, lives were lost. Daily life ground to a halt. And if that wasn't enough, like many agencies and organizations, VMS had to deal with a vicious malware attack in late October 2020. During the past 12 months, VMS has managed crisis-driven change and navigated uncertainty while still protecting the village, maintaining important priorities, economizing, and adapting to a new reality. This presentation reviews how VMS was able to overcome unprecedented obstacles from March 2020 through late February 2021. Hi, my name is Diane Phelps, and I am proud to be a director on the VMS board. Today, Siobhan Foster, Elise Rothrock, and I are happy to have the opportunity to share this presentation with you. Let's take a look back at what happened. By late February 2020, COVID-19 was no longer just a news item from afar. In mid-March, CEO Jeff Parker and COO Siobhan Foster met with all boards and was empowered to begin immediate measures to ensure the health and safety of both residents and employees. On March 17, 2020, the community center, clubhouses, and recreational facilities were closed in accordance with Governor Newsom's stay-at-home order. Some essential VMS employees were not allowed to come to the office, so they were immediately required to work from home. They had to use their personal smartphones and computers to shift to remote work. Other essential employees continued to work on site, including those from landscaping, security, and custodial. Non-essential employees were furloughed or reassigned to open positions, including serving as gate ambassadors. All boards extended healthcare benefits to furloughed employees for 3 months. Unfortunately, many March governance meetings were canceled, but by April, VMS staff and board members adapted to online technology, and GRF, United, Third, and VMS meetings began to be held virtually. Every day brought new developments and challenges. We did have some luck. The formation in January 2020 of the Media and Communications Department proved fortuitous. With all media platforms coordinated in one department, the team was perfectly poised to be the key source of information in a time of crisis. The department included Media and Communication Administration, the TV studio, Media 55 advertising services, and the village cable system, broadband services. The new department was able to communicate with village residents using various tools, including the Village Breeze, the village website, and electronic communications such as What's Up in the Village. A special microsite was created and connected to the homepage of the village website. The easy-to-find coronavirus button led to the latest updates and resources related to the pandemic. Here are examples of the things that were listed on the COVID-19 microsite. The microsite was kept current with rapidly changing information, and using Google Translate, the information became available in many different languages. Staff created an extensive list of resources for residents, including local restaurants, grocery stores, and pharmacies open during the pandemic. Village TV increased This Day broadcast to 6 days a week to keep residents informed, and VMS CEO Jeff Parker appeared 3 times a week to provide updates. Then, in early April 2020, Orange County announced plans to lease the Ayers Hotel as a site for Project Room Key, a program to house homeless citizens infected with COVID-19. All boards agreed it was a bad idea to have COVID-19 patients so close to Laguna Woods Village, a vulnerable population. Staff used the tools they had developed to get the message out to residents and the media. Thanks to the efforts of staff and residents, the word spread, and the Ayers Hotel ultimately agreed it was a bad idea. As a result of the publicity, in May 2020, 10,000 masks were donated to the village. An additional 10,000 masks were donated by the Foundation of Laguna Woods. All were distributed at no cost to residents. In June 2020, a medical roundtable with local medical professionals educated residents about COVID-19. It helped dispel misconceptions and provided essential information to residents so they could practice safe behavior to reduce the spread of the virus. And now, let me introduce Siobhan Foster, Chief Operating Officer of VMS.
Thank you, Diane. A major emphasis during this most challenging year for VMS has been protecting the community. This started with the hiring of Carlos Rojas as Chief of Security last February. This former Chief of Police for the City of Santa Ana, who also has expertise with San Francisco's BART public transit system, has strengthened the all-around safety in the village. Examples of enhancements implemented by Chief Rojas include an updated patrol schedule and daily briefings. Patrol officers receive up-to-date information on previous incidents, problem individuals, or areas of concern. The installation of access control gates at Gate 11 marked the completion of this critical project to secure entry into the community. Chief Rojas also implemented COVID-19 guidelines and procedures that allow the department to continue providing quality service to the community. The Compliance Division of the Security Department also had a very productive year. The division transitioned to paperless operations, migrated to virtual member hearings, and remote work with minimal interruption to service levels. The division also took over representation for United and Third in small claims court cases involving compliance and security. The Compliance Division also updated many policies that contribute to the smooth operations and quality of life in the community. Examples include the election policy, harassment policy, and designation of non-smoking building policy in Third Mutual. The Social Services Division of the Security Department has been instrumental in helping our residents weather the pandemic. The Council on Aging and Social Services collaborated to provide emergency financial funds to village residents affected by COVID-19 via the CARES Act. Partnerships with Memorial Care and the Council on Aging is funding 2 full-time social workers based here in the community. Social Services distributed $130,000 to residents in need through the generosity of our community and the foundation of Laguna Woods Village. Working with the Council on Aging, Social Services shifted the Friendly Visitors program to telephone visits. This ensures that the most isolated village residents have interaction with congenial volunteers who check on them frequently. Helping to protect the health of our community, including residents, staff, and visitors, VMS implemented an all-boards plan to enact and enforce face covering mandates in the village. This resolution was communicated to residents via signage at the gates, What's Up in the Village, the website, Village Facebook, and TV6. VMS also partnered with Memorial Care Saddleback to provide a grocery delivery program to residents fearful of leaving home to shop during the pandemic. In May, protective face masks were scarce. A village-wide mask distribution program was executed through the teamwork of VMS staff, village residents, and Memorial Care volunteers. Integrated Connections, a private Orange County company, donated 10,000 face masks to village residents. Members of the Village Sewing Club and local church groups made cloth masks for residents. VMS transportation staff helped take delivery of the donated masks. Ensuring the safety of employees who provide critical resident services has also been a VMS priority. This has been achieved through employee communications, temperature checks at facilities, protective equipment training, plexiglass installation, gloves and mask distribution, 6-foot social distancing, remote work, and deep cleaning of facilities. The Human Resources Department implemented an HR response team to promote employee wellness by assisting employees with COVID-19 symptoms, scheduling testing appointments, conducting contact tracing, and deep cleaning of facilities. During the past year, it is notable to mention that employee workers' compensation claims were reduced 80% from 2018. Despite the challenges of the past year, VMS staff must be commended for maintaining important priorities. For example, resident services and broadband staff have processed a record number of telephone calls. A single-day call snapshot shows these staff providing more than 2,500 minutes of telephone assistance to residents. The Maintenance and Construction Department has provided rooftop upgrades, epoxy pipeline coating, an LED streetlight upgrade in Third Mutual, The exterior paint program, whereby all exterior components of each building are painted on a 15-year cycle. The Pushmatic panel replacement continued at manors where residents were granted permission to complete the work. Garden Villa recreation room upgrades continued in Third Mutual, including new window coverings, vinyl flooring, carpet tiles, and upgraded restrooms. Cul-de-sac signage upgrades were completed in both Third and United Mutual. Landscape modernization projects were completed in several locations throughout the community. These projects focus on eliminating highest water-using turf areas and replacing them with water-efficient landscapes. Renovation of the tennis center was also completed. Almost 67,000 work orders were completed last year. Of these, 90% were completed in less than 30 days. During the quarter shortage, VMS implemented a coin exchange program, making laundry quarters available to residents. And Village volunteers kept the library operating in a breezeway location. This allows residents to check out CD books, DVDs, regular print books, and large print books, and also provides access to paperbacks, puzzles, newspapers, and Wi-Fi. At this time, it is my privilege to welcome Elise Rothrock, Media and Communications Supervisor, who will be providing an update on economizing in the Village.
Thank you for that introduction, Siobhan. I'd like to share with you all how VMS has tried to economize during the pandemic. One of the ways that we've done this is with the Village Breeze magazine. The Village Breeze is mailed bi-monthly to all resident manors via the United States Postal Service's Every Door Direct program. This reduces in-house printing costs for flyers and newsletters, and all work is done in-house by staff. Also, the Transportation Department has restructured the fixed route program to save money, improve efficiency, and reduce resident wait times. They've contracted with Lyft for special route requests and developed the Boost program for residents requiring special medical transportation accommodations. The Transportation Department has also secured new revenue in the form of one $35,000 sponsorship by Memorial Care to cover the wellness route between the Village and Memorial Care Saddleback. Also, the Transportation Department secured a $24,000 contract with AgeWell Senior Services to lease parking space on Village property. The Landscaping Department outsourced tree trimming and slope maintenance to realize substantial savings and efficiency. Another one of our savings comes in the way of a tub grinder. All tree trimmings and trunks are emptied into an 800 horsepower tub grinder and ground into mulch for use throughout the community. This green waste processing produces more than 2,500 cubic yards of mulch each month. And instead of hauling it away and purchasing mulch, it saves us $1.2 million annually. And the GRF mulching license was altered to include equestrian center manure composting, resulting in an additional $70,000 of savings annually. Staff also sought and received almost $77,000 in reimbursements from a FEMA grant through the City of Laguna Woods, which helped cover the costs for masks and sanitation supplies. Also, broadband replaced all standard definition set-top boxes and converted to all high-definition channels where possible. Not renewing Fox Sports West or Prime Ticket channels saved $1.5 million in annual programming fees. And we contracted with the broadband group to analyze our cable television system. In looking for ways to adapt to daily life during the coronavirus, the Recreation and Special Events Department has offered new and expanded recreational programs and services, including virtual recreation classes and other programs, drive-in entertainment, outdoor gym facilities, as well as outdoor fitness classes, and the court's online reservation system for swimming and racket sports, saving $10,000 a year in staff time. Also, proactive facility closures minimized community COVID-19 risk and brought end-of-year operational savings. And we did this all while observing all CDC, state, and county safety regulations. Drive-in concerts and golf cart parades were just some of the ways that the Recreation Department offered fun and activities for residents. To make sure that new residents received all the information that they needed, new resident orientations went virtual. As if pandemic obstacles weren't enough, international cybercriminals decided to attack VMS. In late October, VMS was a target of international cybercrime, a malware attack that included a ransom demand in exchange for seized data. Ransomware encrypts a victim's files. The attacker demands a ransom to restore access to these files upon payment. Users receive instructions on how to pay the fee for the decryption key. Costs can range from a few thousand to millions of dollars payable to cybercriminals in Bitcoin. But VMS was not alone in this challenge. Millions of companies, municipalities, and organizations, large and small, fell victim to cybercrime in 2020, including Microsoft, the Internal Revenue Service, and international cybersecurity firm FireEye. VMS immediately connected with federal and local law authorities, as well as cybercrime experts, to navigate negotiation and recovery. Systems are now restored to 80%, including the resident portal. And now, state-of-the-art high-security precautions are in place. Many VMS departments were hit hard by COVID-19. General services, maintenance and construction, resident services, transportation, and landscaping teams suffered significant repeated staff reductions due to positive cases or quarantining. But with VMS's and the boards of directors' dedication to health and safety, COVID-19 cases in the city of Laguna Woods remain low. And now, to end on a high note, here's Diane Phelps.
Thank you, Elise, and thank you for saving the best topic for me. On December 20 last year, VMS staff reached out to Memorial Care to suggest a partnership to bring the COVID-19 vaccine to the village residents right here in our own community. Just 4 weeks later, Clubhouse 7 became the hub of a massive village vaccination effort. Memorial Care obtained the vaccine and set up medical logistics. Their top executives, doctors and nurses, along with key VMS management and a dedicated group of resident volunteers, made it possible to dispense more than 8,600 first vaccinations as of February 12th. In addition to vaccinating the tower's residents, Memorial Care amassed a team of volunteer doctors and nurses to make house call vaccinations. VMS Social Services, Transportation, Security, and Media and Communications teams, supported by resident volunteers, made this project possible. COVID-19 second dose clinics were then held over 3 weekends. The success of this program is built on the foundation of strong relationships. Laguna Woods Village residents, VMS staff, and Memorial Care collaborated and made something happen in 4 weeks that others could not, reaching the most elderly to vaccinate them in their own community, some in their own homes. There is no doubt that we have proved indeed that it takes a village. On behalf of the VMS board and VMS staff, thank you for watching this presentation.